Everyone in the town knew about the old library. It stood at the end of a narrow cobblestone street, hidden behind towering oak trees. Its windows were always dark. Its doors were always locked. According to city records, the building had been abandoned since ***1956. No librarian. No electricity. No visitors. Yet every year, on the night of the autumn equinox, the front door quietly opened. Only for 1 hour. Most people dismissed the story as another local legend. Until a best-selling novelist went missing. He had been searching for inspiration after suffering years of writer's block. The last message he sent to his editor contained only one sentence. ****. I found the library where every story already exists. ***. He was never seen again. His disappearance attracted worldwide attention. Months later, a graduate student researching forgotten architecture decided to investigate. She arrived shortly before midnight. Exactly as the legend described, the heavy wooden doors slowly swung open by themselves. Inside, the library stretched far beyond what should have been physically possible. Rows of bookshelves disappeared into darkness. Thousands, perhaps millions of books, each perfectly arranged. Dust floated through beams of pale moonlight. The silence was overwhelming. An elderly librarian stood behind the front desk. He smiled politely. "I've been expecting you." The student asked the obvious question. "What kind of library is this?" The librarian replied, "Every book here has not been written yet." Confused, she picked up the nearest novel. The cover displayed her own name. She had never written a book. Curious, she opened it. The first chapter described her childhood perfectly. Every memory. Every conversation. Every secret. As she turned the pages, the story continued into events that hadn't happened yet. Tomorrow. Next year. 10 years from now. The final chapter described the exact moment she would die. Terrified, she slammed the book shut. The librarian calmly spoke. "Some visitors read only the beginning. Some read until the end. None ever forget." Before leaving, she secretly slipped the book into her backpack. The librarian didn't stop her. He simply smiled. The next morning, the book had vanished. Only a bookmark remained. Written across it were 4 words. ****, knowledge has a price. Weeks later, strange things began happening. Everything she had read started coming true. Small conversations. Unexpected phone calls. Chance encounters. Every event unfolded exactly as described. Desperate to change her future, she deliberately made different choices. She changed cities. Quit her job. Ignored opportunities. Yet every decision somehow led back to the same outcome. The future adapted. But it never changed. News of her experience spread quietly among researchers. Soon, a secret expedition entered the library during the next equinox. Scientists. Historians. Physicists. Each discovered a book bearing their own name. One scientist opened his book only halfway. The final unread chapters haunted him. Months later, he received a prestigious award exactly as the book had predicted. Another researcher ignored the warning and read every page. The following morning, he could no longer speak. Doctors found nothing physically wrong. Yet he never uttered another word for the rest of his life. When asked what he had seen, he simply stared into space. as if he already knew how every conversation would end. The government eventually learned about the mysterious library. Officials attempted to seize every book. On the night of the next equinox, armed security teams entered the building. Satellite communication failed immediately. Radio contact was lost. At sunrise, the building was empty. Every shelf had disappeared. Every book was gone. The only thing left behind was a handwritten note on the front desk. It read, asterisk asterisk, stories cannot be owned. Asterisk, the investigation was quietly classified. Years passed. The library became another forgotten myth. Then one rainy evening, a young boy wandering through the old town noticed a narrow street he had never seen before. At the end stood a familiar building with warm golden lights glowing through its windows. The front door was open. Inside, an elderly librarian looked up from his desk. He smiled, reached beneath the counter, and placed a single book on the table. Its cover already carried the boy's name. The first page was blank. The last page was already written.